Namaste, Jai Bharat. There are a lot of talks about human rights. In fact, human rights is a question and is a concept that had been that had been used that had been used with instrumental values at many parts of the world. Many people with set thoughts and fetishized ideas would use the term, concept, and effectivity of human rights to reach their ends. So there's a lot of talks about human rights, humanitarian, humanism, and humane, all those things you talk. There are few problems in this. Number one, first of all, the question of human rights is not appropriately understood and used by people, and practically that has been used to reach to some people's nefarious ends. And this I speak especially in light of the accusations on Kashmir, not really now, but some time back. There are people, media, who wanted to say that there is human rights violation in Kashmir, and many have kept repeating it. Human rights violation in Kashmir. So, humans in Kashmir are all non-Hindus, and the Hindus are dehumanized humans. It immediately means that nobody talks about it, nobody is bothered about what happened to the Hindus of Kashmir. Kashmir is Kashyapa Desha. The Kashyapa is a Maharshi, and it's named after a Maharshi, and they're basically fundamentally and essentially Hindus, where Muslims just are guests. And the guests want to take over the throne is a situation, and not only here, you now just see it in England, UK, and London, and all over Europe. You sow as you reap. So you reap. You have done it, and now you're getting it back. So these human talks are actually funny. This is a part of playing with human rights and human things. This is a part. What is it to be human? And what do you imply when you say humans have rights? Does it mean that others don't have rights? Humans, suppose I grant that when you speak about humanism, you're speaking of all the humanity. Normally it is not the case. When people speak about human rights and humanism, they speak only of a selected humanity. You just watch. Whenever some people speak of human rights, you just not. Just look into it and just try to understand. Then you'll instantly find out without much effort. They are speaking of select section of human beings, not the entire human beings. This, you just watch, you just observe, you will understand it without anyone's help. You should only think you don't observe. You're not serious in thinking about it. Number one. But now the philosophical question is that, do you think only humans have rights in this cosmos, or at least in this world? Other beings don't have any rights. Don't you think that plants also should have their own rights? Do you think you can understand other living beings? For example, a dog. Can you speak like Immanuel Kant that dog's pain is nothing to it? Now, all this anthropocentrism is actually based on a concept that God created man in God's own image and gave the world to him to multiply and use everything. Of course, even if God asked you to use everything, he certainly must have not asked you to abuse things in this world. So man went around destroying the nature. Man went around creating imbalance among the nature, and then of course he faces the consequences. Not he himself, his coming generations. Many things had gone extinct because of human activities. Many natural balances had been distorted and destroyed because of human activities. This is all there. But every being must have its own right. Just because you don't understand the logic of a thinking of a dog, you can't say it is nothing to it. There are many examples in front of us. There are many examples from the animal lovers' stories or simple common people stories who happen to get any animal, maybe bear or maybe something else, right from childhood, and they interact with love and affection. They are capable of many human emotions, and they do exhibit also. Only thing, they do not have a vocal cords to express in words and language. They don't have language. If elephants had language, or if foxes had language, if tigers had language, if lions had language, and if we could understand their language, we could have probably made some attempts to understand their feelings. They all have feelings. They all have emotions. So when you speak of human rights, humans, don't treat humans as exclusive. There are other living beings. Other beings. Chicken also has its right. Lamb also has its right. Right to live. Just because I'm a vegetarian, I'm not advocating vegetarianism, though it is healthy and it keeps your mind cool. Not in this context. Just because I'm a vegetarian, I'm not saying that. But they also have their rights. Their rights or your rights should not disturb or destroy their rights. So, who told you that you are the best creation in this world? Even if man has many advantages, Homo sapiens have many advantages over other living beings by sheer number and technology. You can really be saying that everything is for you and others are under your mercy. This is what man had been doing throughout history. This is what man had been doing throughout history. And this is exactly how man had behaved with other human beings in distant lands when back in time when people went to conquer the distant lands with guns and weapons. They fired and killed many aborigines. The same attitude still persists, that I am everything. Man, everything is for you. This is an anthropocentric thought, keeping man in the center of everything. That actually is a theological mistake. When it is taught to you, man is the prime creation, supreme creation, last creation, created in God's own image. No. This can't be taken seriously. This is a selfish man who projects himself as something best. But you are not best. There are many other living beings much better than you in different areas. You may be better in one area, but the cat may be better in a different area. And don't think that cat is your slave. Other beings are your slaves. So, the very thought that man is superior, man is prime, everything is for man, should not be right. And then the political thing, human rights. Only some people have human rights. Let me put it differently. Only some human beings have human rights, but many or rather majority human beings do not have human rights. So don't speak about human rights. Sitting in a cozy chair, in a conditioned atmosphere, in a protected environment, you speak about rights of somebody who suffers out there without food, without water, without clothes, without shelter. You speak of their rights and you create problems for your betterment. Why was Bangladesh disturbed? Why was Afghanistan disturbed? Why is many places disturbed? For whose interest, whose sake, for which human being? Which human being or which human beings? The world has to be conscious. Why there was a COVID-19? For whose interest? Who benefited or who benefits? Lot of complications in this world, lot of problems in this world. It's difficult for you to make others understand. And it becomes a problem when you understand it. It becomes a problem that others don't follow what you try to express. It becomes a problem. There are many such problems in this world. There are many such wrong concepts in this world. There are many things which need to be revisited in the world. Let's work together to revisit, recreate many things which are unwanted, unnecessary, which are instrumental to many people's intentionalities. We shall meet again with some other thought. Till then, Namaste, Jai Bharat, and Jai Shri Ram.